Let's talk milestones. Milestones are groups of tasks that we want to track the progress of together. So for example, client onboarding. All the different items we need to tackle during onboarding, that might just be a milestone. A sprint. All the blogs we want to publish in a single month, our content calendar. That's a good example of a milestone. So let's create some stuff here. Let's say we're going to do kind of a rudimentary website build. And you might not build websites, but you can learn a lot of key things from this example. So we're going to do client onboarding. And as part of this example, we're going to say we want to have our kickoff call. Then we want to do our information architecture. That is, what's the kind of the web layout of our website. Okay. Next, let's do our UX design. And we'll put a few screens in there. We want to do homepage UX, about us UX, and contact UX. Now what I'm going to do here is add a dependency. That is to say, I can't start any of the tasks in this milestone until all of the tasks in this one are complete. So we'll see that this little padlock appears. And we can edit the content here. We just can't complete it. But this also makes it that if we need to delay a phase or extend it for any reason, these milestones are going to move together. You don't need to use these dependencies. In fact, if your milestones are going to run at the same time, I wouldn't use these dependencies. And we'll see an example of that. But let's say now we want to do UI design. And you can put those start and end dates in right here and that dependency. I'm just kind of doing my crude drag and drop here. And I'm going to say UI design, we want to do homepage UI, about us UI, and we want to do contact UI. So now I'm going to set this dependency as well, just to make sure I can't start any of my UI tasks until UX is complete. So we can see a pretty linear progression here. What are we going to put in this website? How's it going to be framed? What's it going to look like from a actual design framing standpoint? And then how are we going to institute the brand logo and colors? Well, kind of sitting outside of part of this is our content. So let's say web content. And we might make this dependent on that onboarding as well, just to make sure we're moving at the same rate, but it's not going to be dependent on these items. So this might just be throughout the course of it. We want to make sure we have the homepage copy, about us copy, and what was it, like contact copy. So that way, this is not going to move linearly like these will. So we'll see as we complete these tasks. Now, all of these milestones dependencies will be lifted, or rather I should say the web content and UX dependencies will be lifted, but UI is still dependent on UX. So this one is not lifted. So now we can run our web content and our UX design in tandem. It's also worth noting that all the tasks that I create are going to appear in the top list on our list view, the top status, or in the furthest left status in our Kanban board. And you can actually go ahead and tie tasks to milestones from here. You can even do so in bulk. So if you started by dropping a bunch of tasks down first, you did not do it the wrong way. So this is just one example on how to use milestones. But if you use them differently, we definitely want to learn from you. So tell us how you use milestones.